you?
I'm good, thanks. Pretty delusional and tired, but we'll make it. Something will come out my mouth.
I'm Cate. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for jumping on. I'm first of all, a big Wombats fan, so personally, this is really exciting. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
What is the time right now like? Is it chaotic trying to get ready for a new release and tour?
Yeah, it's pretty mad. We're I'm in London. I came into London a couple of days ago, and we're trying to get all the album songs ready to go live, and it's quite a lot of work, but it's got to be done. So we're doing it now.
Is it exciting to get back into that after the last couple of years we've had?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it's definitely kind of feels like a bit of a holiday to me as well. So I'm trying to enjoy it to its fullest. And yeah, it is nice to be back in a room with, Dan and Todd and our crew and stuff. And it's good.
Well, we're really excited. Of course, we'll talk about the tour in a minute, but we'll have you in Denver in February. It's actually on Valentine's Day, which is really fun and exciting.
Lovely.
I guess.
I'll wear red, and maybe I'll swing a rose around my head like Morrissey or something.
Well, excited about that for sure. And also the album out in January. So do you want to tell us a little bit about it? This is album 5, Fix Yourself, Not the World. Tell us a little bit about this one.
I mean, energetically, for me, our 4th album, I was really proud of our 4th album. It did well, probably better than we expected. And I was just kind of piggybacking off of the energy from that, really going into writing album 5. And yeah, really happy with it. It was, recorded when there was all these travel restrictions. So we were in separate countries sometimes, on different time zones, like talking on Zoom. And it was a strange way to work, but it was good for me because I've got 2 kids and I could just like do a 9-to-5 day with an engineer in LA. And yeah, and the album, I guess there's lots of kind of themes running through it, but the main one for me is kind of letting go a little bit. Maybe we're not as in control of our lives as much as we think. And I guess this idea of I really can't, it's so difficult to control other people, and that maybe our time is better spent focused on making ourselves better or strengthening ourselves or whatever. Yeah.
If there's anything that taught us that we have no control over our lives the last couple of years.
Yeah.
For sure. We were just talking about that before you jumped on. I personally have had to disconnect from the online world specifically a lot lately and just do my own hobbies and stuff like that, because
we were talking about that yesterday. It was like, I don't really use social media anymore. I mean, I used to like Instagram, but now I don't like that. I'm just like, I don't know, fucking really bored of other people's opinions, to be honest. So I'm just, it's obviously very important for the Wombats or for my solo stuff. It's a good way to get information out there fast. But in terms of scrolling through Instagram, I'm trying to keep it to a bare minimum, really.
I do love the title, Fix Yourself, Not the World. What does that mean specifically to you? There's
lots of things I kind of want to talk about with it and where it came from, but I find myself in murky waters, so I try to keep it as ambiguous as possible. But put it this way, over the last kind of couple of years, what people would espouse on social media was very different to how they acted behind closed doors and how they acted when they were speaking to friends and close people. And I think that was one of the big inspirations for the album title, I guess.
Well, I love it. It's a great advice for everybody. And yeah, we're playing If You Ever Leave, I'm Coming With You. Am I right? That's the first official single from the album, right?
Yes.
We got a song a while ago.
Yeah, there was Method to the Madness. That was like a standalone thing, and then If You Ever Leave is the first single. Yeah, and then there's a couple of other ones out as well.
Is there any particular reason for putting this single out first? Does it sum up the album well, or do you just like it?
I don't know if it sums up the album well. It's almost like the oddball from the album. It's like kind of more poppy, more weekendy, more I don't know, maybe it's the first single, especially in the US, because it's probably slightly more palatable than the rest. But I think it's like, If You Ever Leave, and there's a song called This Car Drives all by itself. Like, to me, they're the two, like, those kind of songs don't come around too often. It's a great song, but it's definitely the kind of oddball of the album, I'd say. Everything else fits very well and neatly together, whereas this one was always, lyrically and theme-wise, it fits in perfectly, but sonically, it was always a little bit poppier, I think.
And then we just got Everything I Love Is Gonna Die, which is another great song. It's a very blunt title, but am I right in saying it's not as dark as like it sounds like it's gonna be once you dive into it?
No, it's I think it's a very uplifting, positive song with an extremely depressing title. And it should be more liberating than anything else. It's like we're kind of, we truly are like specks of dust, and we should be kind of as grateful as possible for every second we get to spend on here, down here, up here, wherever it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another lesson we've learned from the last year. Yeah. This seems like I think a lot of music that has come out recently is a lot of good lessons, I think, in terms of stuff we've learned. And it's been really interesting to me to connect music that's coming out right now to what we've gone through. So we celebrated 10 years of This Modern Glitch this year, which is really exciting. Like, that's the album that got me into the Wombats. What I've noticed with you guys is your sound, at least to me, has stayed pretty consistent. Like, I feel like you're a band that if you hear that song and you don't know, nobody tells you who it is, you could be like, that's undeniably the Wombats. You know what I mean? I think it's your voice with the music, but of course every band evolves. So how would you say since then and now you guys have maybe evolved the most?
I don't know. I guess I don't think of it in terms of evolution. It's more just making change when you feel like it's necessary. So our second album was kind of a rebellion against the first. We were not really feeling guitars anymore, so we went down this synth road, and maybe I look back on it and think maybe we went too far down that road, and then we dialed it back again for Glitterbug. And then I really feel like our fourth and fifth albums kind of sit together very well, and maybe we found our sound very early on, but now we've like truly kind of gotten into the finer details of it. And I personally, as a human being and writer, I kind of feel more confident and more willing to make more creative decisions to like experiment a little bit more, and I'm kind of positive that we can pull it off. So it's more of an evolution of confidence, I think.
Yeah, I think about where I was 10 years ago when I was listening to it. I was a completely different person. I was playing Jump Into the Fog on college radio, and I was just getting into doing this, and I had no idea what I was doing yet, but that's one of the first songs I was playing. So it's kind of crazy to talk to you this far down the line about everything. So we're really excited for the new album. We're excited for your tour. Really quickly, how are you guys feeling about the upcoming tour?
We're really, really, really excited, but we've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
That's all we can say, but we've got 4 or 5 songs sorted now from the new album, and they feels great, and we're just excited to get into a room with everyone's faces in it. Yeah.
Well, we're excited. We'll see you on Valentine's Day, and I'm excited to hear the rest of the album.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.